welcome back to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So today we were working on getting some beams made up out of red oak. As you can see, this isn't a large tree. I mean, it's decent size, but it's not one of the really big ones. But red oak is very dense, very heavy, so trying to maneuver this can be a little challenging. I have this piece of big red oak on here. So pretty much, so we're wanting a beam to put on the back here. So we want to rebuild this back part so it matches this roof line, build it out. So we want like a 14-foot 2x12 that we can run along the back of that as a supporting and move everything out to about right there. Kind of just a catch-all right now. We're showing some boards back there, but there's just kind of other stuff that can be cleaned out. So we want to clean all that out and kind of make it primarily as a spot to store wood. So we're going to go a little bit further in between on our posts and only have like 3 posts on the ends and 1 in the middle. That'll open it up to be able to get the forks in with some wood. So we're going to take this and hopefully make a 2x12 out of it. It should be big enough. It's got quite a bit of knots and isn't super pretty, but we'll see what we can get out of it. So that's the plan here. So on this one we do our fairly standard practice of what we've been doing anyway, is kind of take a piece off and then take about a 2-inch slab off that we can then cut the bark off of later, get it rotated 180 so that the flat side's down, and then start working on getting the top cut off. Here we want to get on that last rung down there and kind of move where the back holders hit, just because there's kind of a knob on the back side, so we kind of scooted that log down. And here, took a piece off, and then like I said, we're going to run another one, get a 2-inch slab off. This helps kind of move the bark down into the bigger part of the tree, so you have more surface area there on the top and the bottom, but then that's still a piece of wood that we can take with the table saw or the circular saw and make into a 2x something depending on how wide it is. So we get it turned up here and then start working on getting a cant. Here we typically use the laser to kind of figure out where the lowest spot is and get that cut off. So here we got the cant established, and then worked on getting it rotated and cutting out some boards. So here we're doing the 2x12s, so just going through and milling up those. the pine and the poplar, you can run through the board pretty quick, and actually going through it quicker produces a smoother board. With the red oak, it's a lot denser, a lot harder wood, so you have to slow it down going through it, just so you don't end up with dives, but then also you can just hear the motor have a little bit more load, so you just have to account for that and how fast you go through it. So then on the last board, if you're trying to do 2x, you end up where you go below where the bed stops are. So basically, you'd be cutting into the metal. So you have to measure from the bottom and come up. So we typically just mark the board and then set the blade so it's right above that mark, so you have a true 2x, which is how we've been doing the others. So you have to kind of measure that. And here are those other ones that we need to clean off, and then we'll get those stacked and stickered. So all these are about 14 foot long, I think just over, so that we can utilize them for what we need there. And here's what I was talking about with the circular saw. So basically just going through and kind of making a true 2x, whatever you can get out of what's not in the bark. So you can hear that the battery-powered circular saw is not super happy about going through this wet red oak, but it's doing it. It's just kind of stopping there, like on that board, just because the rest of it got really small on the other side. And this is where we use a chalk line, put a chalk mark on it, and then just cut it. If we want to true it up, to true square at some point, if you need that, then we can run it over the joiner and get it trued up. So that's what we do with all the boards that are left that have the bark on it. That way you get something out of it and kind of help maximize what you can get out of it and not waste any more than you have to. Again, these are a little unique just because we're not going all the way to the end, because on the other side it gets really skinny. So instead of getting like a 2x8 out of it, you get like a 2x4 essentially. So we got our 3 2x11s there. Have the 2 10-foot 2x8s that we need. We need 2 more. That's a 1.5, so we'll probably use it for something else. So we need 1 more board to be able to go for the support on all that. So we have a little bit more red oak and needed a few more beams, and we like to kind of group everything together whenever we are going through and stacking and stickering. So we go ahead and get this other red oak made up into the boards that we need. Okay, so just wrapped up getting this milled. So here we focused on the red oak. So like I mentioned before, getting beams figured out here for the shed. So we have the long ones there on the bottom, and then we did some shorter ones up top here and got those all figured, and they're like 2x10s or 2x11s. And then up here we have some 2x12s that we got cut. And then like we normally have, we have some 2x that we took off. There'll be some pretty good boards. We'll go ahead and rip those with the circular saw to get those trued up into square cut boards. So, and then we have one little piece that's like a 1x or just shy of a 1x that's down there, and you know, we can use it for something. So this is all from, so it's 2 logs, 1 tree, so got quite a bit of stuff out of this, and just hit 50 hours on the mill, so no issues with the H-bridge anymore. And 50 hours is the first oil change to get that breakout out of there, and some fresh oil. So I'll give everyone an update on the red oak that we did the other day. So mainly did time lapse, kind of getting it cut up. This is from one tree, 2 different sections that we had of it. And basically what we're doing is getting some beams to be able to build out on the backside of this building like I had mentioned. So we figured we needed some 2x, these are 11s, about 11.5. So kind of what you typically see at the store. And they need to be about 14 feet long, so we have those. We have some 2x10s that are about, I think those are close to 12 feet, or just shy thereof. So we have some of those, and then we have some 2x8s that are similar size, and then on top some like 10 foot 2x11s and 2x10. So what we did was just try to mill up everything we'd need for kind of the main frame of building this out. So essentially what we're trying to do is mimic the look of this. That kind of comes down and has that gamble roof, and kind of build that out to about here. Kind of have stuff back here that's just stuff we need to work through and probably get rid of, but it will be additional storage that we can use for wood. Thank you for watching this Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. Stay tuned while we continue working on getting that extension built. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.